ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
So, good morning. In the previous class, we discussed about folded symmetry. So, we discussed about mirror symmetry and some examples, and just we discussed about folded symmetry. Folding symmetry means, so see here, once again recall this. So, let us say it is R, it is 2R, it is 2R, let us say it is A and it is B. Folding symmetry means, here we have to consider the symmetry line like this, symmetry line along the where we have to find out the effective resistance. Here we must consider the symmetry line, and let us say this is X potential, this is X, let us say Y and it is Y, it is Z, Z. So, let us say this is the point A and this is the point B. Between just folding symmetry means below and above potentials must be same. At this position, what is the potential here? X. So, below this also the potential must be same, X, and here the potential is Y, and here also the potential is Y. Here the potential is Z, here also the potential is Z, like that. So, potentials must be same, potentials must be same. So, between X and Y the resistance is R. Here also between X and Y the resistance is R. R and R, for example. So, sorry, this is also there. So, this is R. Between X and Y the resistance is R. Between X and Y the resistance is R. Same potential difference. So, that is why these two are in parallel. Next, here Y and Z the resistance is 2R, and here also Y and Z the resistance is 2R. So, same potential difference. So, that is why 2R and 2R are also parallel. So, like that we calculated all this. So, today we can do example based on this folding symmetry. Let us do an example problem. Two resistances, let us say here also we consider let us say this is the problem. All are having the same resistance R. All are having the same resistance. Now, how can you find out the effective resistance between A and B here? So, this is the problem. How can you find out the effective resistance between A and B? So, which resistances are in series and which are in parallel? We do not know this. So, this is the confusing. So, for this I am applying folding symmetry. In this situation I am applying the folding symmetry. Folding symmetry means the symmetry line must drawn along the line joining the effective resistance, where we have to find out the effective resistance. Here we have to find out the effective resistance between the A and B. That is why the symmetry line must be drawn along this. Symmetry line must be drawn along like this. So, this is the situation. If the symmetry line drawn along this line, so let us say this is the potential point A, potential point B. This is the potential point A and this is the potential point B. So let us say here the potential is X, here also the potential is X. Let us say here the potential is Y, here also the potential is Y. Here the potential is Z, here also the potential is Z. Let us say here the potential is O, center point. So this is our assumption. So here we have to find out effective resistance between A and B. We must find out the effective resistance between the points A and B. That is our task here. So for that purpose, I am assuming the symmetry line along the line joining A and B. This is the folding symmetry. Folding symmetry means potentials above and below the potential same. Here at this position the potential is considered as X. Here the potential is considered as X. Here the potential is Y. Here also it is Y. Here is Z and here is Z. Let us say it is O. So these are the potentials consideration. Now come to the original topic. So here it is the resistance between A and X. Here is the resistance between A and X. Here also it is the resistance between A and X. So this resistance and this resistance must be lies between same potential points A and X, and here also A and X. A and X lies between this R lies between A and X, and this R also lies between A and X. So this resistance and this resistance lies between same potential point. So that means those are in parallel, no doubt about that. And here this resistance lies between X and Y, and here also this resistance lies between X and Y. X and Y, X and Y. So these two are in parallel. Next, this resistance lies between Y and Z, and this resistance between Y and Z. So these two are parallel. So here this resistance lies between X and O, and this resistance lies between X and O. So these two are parallel. So this resistance lies between OZ, and this resistance also lies between OZ. So these two are parallel. So like this. So that means so below this mirror line, all these resistance must be eliminated. So that is the concept here. See here, come to the position A, and it is X. So this diagram must be minimized. So this is A and this is X. Here the resistance is A and X. See here between A and X it is R, and here also A and X it is R. So A and X, same potential points. If the potential difference is same, those two resistances must be in parallel. Here R and R are in parallel. So R effective is equals to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So that is R square by 2R. That is equals to R by 2. These two resistances are in parallel. Then effective resistance is R by 2. Here I am considering this is R by 2. Of course, here also we can consider. Any one can be eliminated. This is R and this is R. These two are in parallel. Effective resistance is R by 2. Either this one is eliminated or this one is eliminated. Any one we can eliminate. Just I am eliminating bottom one. Next here, between X and Y, between X and Y and between X and Y. So this is resistance R and this is also resistance R. R and R are in parallel. So R and R are in parallel means effective resistance is R by 2. So this is Y. See here. So this is X and Y, and here also it is X and Y. Same potential difference point. So that's why these two are parallel. So if two resistances, equal resistances are in parallel, effective resistance is R by 2. So that's why. Next here Y and Z and Y and Z. Here also it is effective resistance is R by 2. So this is Z point. Come to the point B. So between Z and B it is R, between Z and B it is R. BZ, the resistance is R. Here also BZ, between B and Z the resistance is R. So that's why these two are also in parallel. So that is, it is R by 2. Next. Come to these points. So between X and O the resistance is R, and here also between X and O the resistance is R. Between X and O the resistance is R. Between X and O the resistance is R. So these two are also parallel. So R by 2 it is. R and R are in parallel, that's why R by 2. Next it is O and Z, it is R. Here also between O and Z it is R. Between O and Z resistance is R. Here also between O and Z the resistance is R. Both are in parallel. So that's why it is R by 2. This is the simplified circuit. So that means below the symmetry line these total resistances must be minimized. All the resistances must be minimized. Finally we have only above the symmetry line, the circuit above the symmetry line, or we can consider below the symmetry line, any one we can consider. So but in these two, any one can be minimized. That is the simplification of circuit by using this folding symmetry. So this must be folded like that. This total circuit below the symmetry line folded like that. So this, if it is folded, R and R in parallel, this R and R in parallel, R and R in parallel, like that. So without doing that, just I am considering some potential points across each and every resistance. We are considering certain potential. So here it is X, so same potential must be exist here. Here it is Y, same amount of potential exist. Here it is Z, same potential exist, like that. So now simplify this. This R by 2 are in series, and this R by 2 are in series. So now this is A, this is R by 2, and this is X. R by 2 series. R by 2, if two resistances are in series, effective resistance is R1 plus R2. So here R by 2 plus R by 2, R. This is R. Here also R by 2 are in series. That is R. So next it is B and it is R by 2. R by 2 series, effective resistance is R. Here R by 2 are in series again, effective resistance is R. Next, this is X, this is A, this is B, this is R by 2 and this is R by 2. How much this? R and R are in parallel. Again here R and R are in parallel. If R and R are in parallel, effective resistance is here R by 2 only. Effective resistance is R by 2. So now if so these three are in series. R by 2, R by 2, R by 2. Here these three are in series. If the current flows like this, there is no division of the current. Same amount of current passes through all the resistances. So effective resistance between A and B, so that is equals to R by 2 plus R by 2 plus R by 2, that is equals to 3R by 2. So simplified circuit. So for example, without using the symmetry, if you want to start like that, if you want to start to do the problem by using generalized method, so current passing like this divides, these two branches are in parallel, where, so that is somewhat confusing. So that's why by using symmetry rule, we can calculate it very easily. So this is the way to calculate the mixed circuit by using symmetry rule. We discussed about mirror symmetry and folding symmetry. Let's do examples based on this. So, in page number 105 in your book, page number 105, question number 9, level 2, page number 105, question number 9, effective resistance between the points A and I. The shape of the circuit is like this. So, like this. So, each and every branch the resistance is 2 ohms. Like this. Oh, here though no resistance here. Let us say this is the point A and this is the point I. Find the effective resistance between A and I. That is the given question. All are 2 ohms. 2 ohms, 2 ohms, 2 ohms, 2 ohms, 2 ohms. So, how can we calculate this? This is the circuit. So, this is page number 105, question number 9. How can we calculate the effective resistance between the points A and I here? So, mixed circuit it is. How can we calculate the effective resistance between A and I? So, how can we calculate this? So, now I am going to apply folding symmetry. I am going to apply folding symmetry. Folding symmetry. So, that means this is the potential point. Let us say it is X, it is X, it is Y and it is Y, it is Z, it is Z, it is O. So, that is the situation here. This is the position A and this is the position I. I am applying the folding symmetry. I am applying the folding symmetry rule here. Folding symmetry. So, in this above and below potentials must be same. So, here I am considering it is X, here also it is X, it is Y, it is also Y, it is Z and it is also Z. So, now so this is A and it is X. So, between X and Y the resistance is 2. Here also between X and Y the resistance is 2. 2 are parallel. 2 and 2 are parallel. Now, if the 2 and 2 are parallel, effective resistance is 2 into 2 by 2 plus 2. So, that is 1. That is 1. Between A and Y, sorry, X and Y. So, here X and Y 2 resistance, X and Y 2 resistance, effective resistance is 1. Next, between X and O2, between X and O2, so that is also 1, this is O. Next, between Y and O2 and Y and O, Between Y and O 2 resistance, between Y and O also 2 resistance. So this is again 1 because 2 and 2 are in parallel. So this is minimized, this is minimized and this is minimized. Here it is. I and it is Z. Between Y and Z 2 ohms, between Y and Z 2 ohms, that is 1. Between O and Z 2, between O and Z 2, so that is 1. This is the circuit A and I. So now this is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So how can we calculate this? Again, between A and I is nothing but A and X must be at the same potential, Z and I is at the same potential. Here A and X is at the same potential and I and Z is at the same potential. So here these two are parallel and these two are parallel, and effective these three are parallel again. So 1 and 1 are in parallel. See here, current divides these two parallel. Here the current combines, these two are parallel. 1 and 1 are in parallel. So 1 and 1 are in parallel. 1 into 1 by 1 plus 1. So 1 by 2, and it is also 1 by 2. So see here, this is the X, this is the simplified circuit for this. So this all are 2 ohms resistances, 2 parallel, all 2s are parallel, that is simplified circuit it is. This is A and X are at the same potential and I and Z are at the same potential because there is no resistance exist between these two. Here also there is no resistance exist. See here. So the simplified circuit again becomes like this. This is A and this is B. A and B, or this can also be written as, see here, so this is A and this is I. So very clear it is. A and X are at the same potential and I and Z are at the same potential. I and Z are at the same potential. So now here this is the combination it is 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 1, 1, 1. Again this is the situation. So this can be elaborated like this. Again we can apply folding symmetry here. So again let us say X, so Y and Z. For this situation again I am applying the folding symmetry. So X, Y and Z. So X are in parallel. So here it is X, this resistance lies between XY and this resistance also lies between XY. 1 and 1 are in parallel. So that is 0.5. Next 1 and 1 are in parallel. That is 0.5. This is A and this is I. So here the potential lies between Y and Y. There is no current passes through that. That is, this resistance is negligible. So 0.5 are in series. Therefore, the effective resistance is equals to 1 ohm. So for this total combination effective resistance is 1 ohm. So here I am applying folding symmetry. See here, x and y, the resistance is 2. Here also x and y, the resistance 2. 2 parallel. So that is 1. X and O, the resistance is 2. X and O, the resistance is 2. 2 parallel, 1. Y and O, 2. Y and O, 2. 1. YZ, YZ. In the same way, OZ, OZ, like this. So the circuit is like this. But here A and Z are at the same potential. Sorry, A and X are at the same potential, and I and Z are at the same potential. See here, A and X are at the same potential. From X, we have two resistances, X2 Y1, X2 Y this one. So that's why this is one and this is one. So this is one, this is one. Again, I am applying the folding symmetry. So that's why finally this one and this one are in parallel. This one and this one are in parallel. Effective resistance is 1 ohm. This is the way to do this. So next, one more problem in the same way, mixed circuit. So page number 107, question number 24. Page number 107, question number 24. Situation is like that. So this is the given circuit. This one. This is A and this is O and this is B. Find the equivalent resistance between A and B in the given circuit. Equivalent resistance between A and B. All are equal resistances here. So this is the situation. Now we have to calculate the effective resistance between A and B. Effective resistance between A and B. That's where to calculate. So if you want to apply folding symmetry, for example, if you want to apply folding symmetry here, if you apply the folding symmetry like this, below this line we don't have any circuit. For example, if we apply the folding symmetry here, below this circuit, so that means below the symmetry line we don't have any circuit. So that's why it is not possible to apply folding symmetry here. We must apply mirror symmetry. Mirror symmetry. This line is perpendicular to the line joining the effective resistance points. Here we have to calculate effective resistance between A and B. Effective resistance between A and B. In this situation, we must calculate, we must consider the symmetry line perpendicular to this line joining. So here let us say current passes here, current divides I1 and I2. So again it is I1, it divides I3, let us say it is I4. So this is the mirror symmetry, here it is the mirror. So if we observe from this side, same amount of currents must be passed. So this is I1 and here also it is I1. It is I2, it is also I2. And it is I4, same amount of current. I3, it is also I3. So that is the situation. Whatever are the currents in the left side, same amount of currents must be exist in the right side also. Whatever are the currents in the left side, same amount of currents existing in the right side also. See here it is I1, so here it is also I1. Here it is I2 is passing like this, I2. So let us say it is I3, here also it is I3, it is I4, it is also I4, because at the junction current must be is one junction, here it is another junction, that is why current divides here. So now here the same amount of current passing, here also it is the same amount of current passing. So now see here, the simplified circuit is, this is A and this is B, same amount of current I1. Next, so this is the situation. So there is no connecting point here. This connection must be removed here, because same amount of current passes here, same amount of current passes here. No need, no meaning of this connection here. So that connection must be removed. So this connection must be removed like that, like this. So this is, what is this? I2 and it is R. Here one more resistance here we have, this is I3 and same amount of current, it is also I3, and here we have resistance R, and here this resistance is R, and here also the resistance is R. So that is the situation. This is the simplified circuit. So mirror symmetry means the symmetry line must be considered like this, left side and right side currents must be same. Here the current at the point A, two currents, this is I1, this is I2. Here also at the point B, two currents, I1 and I2. So that means from same amount of current passes here, that means these two resistances must be series. Here this R and R must be series, and here also the same amount of current passes. In this branch same amount of current passes. Same amount of current passes in the sense those two must be series. So here R comma R in series, R comma R in series. So effective resistance, so R plus R, that is equals to 2R. Now the effective resistance, the system becomes this is the situation. Apart from these two resistances, R and R are in series, effective resistance is 2R. Again here 2R and R are in parallel, 2R comma R are in parallel. So now that is 2R into R divided by 2R plus R. So 2R square by 3R. So that is 2R by 3. Here 2R and R are in parallel, that is why effective resistance is 2R by 3. Now the situation becomes this is A and this is B, so R, 2R by 3 and R. Instead of this R and 2R, these two are in parallel, effective resistance is 2R by 3. So that is why here R 2R by 3 are in parallel, R plus 2R by 3 plus R. So 3 is LCM, 3R plus 2R plus again 3R. So that is 8R by 3, that is 8R by 3. So again here R and R are in series because same amount of current passes. Now the situation becomes, so it's A, B, it is 8R by 3 and it is 2R. R, 2R by 3, R plus 2R by 3 plus R, because these three are in series. So that's why effective resistance is 3R plus 2R plus 3R, 8R by 3. So here 8R by 3 and 2R are in parallel. So that is R effective is equals to, we can write 8R by 3 into 2R divided by 8R by 3 plus 2R. So that is 16 r square by 3 divided by 3 2s are 6, 6 plus 8, 14 r by 3, 16 r by 14, 8 by 7 r, 8 by 7 r. This is the effective resistance. See here, same amount of current passes like this between r and r, that's why effective these two are in series, and same amount of current passes here. So this connection must be fake connection. So that's why same amount of current passes, r and r are in series, r and r are in series, that is 2r, and it is r and 2r are in parallel. R and 2r are in parallel means, so that is 2r by 3. See here, 2 r1 r2 by r1 plus r2, 2r square by 3r, 2r by 3, r 2r by 3 r, r 2r by 3 r are in series, r 2r by 3 plus r, so that is 3 plus 3, 6 plus 2, 8r by 3, 8r by 3, and here these two are in series because same amount of current I1, so that is 2r. So effective resistance is 8r by 3 into 2r divided by 8r by 3 plus 2r, 3 2s are 6 plus 8 14, 8 2s are 16, like this, 8 by 7 r it is. So next, so based on this you can do the problems up to, so page number 103, level 1 31 problems, level 2 28 problems, level 3 you can do 11 problems. So combination of resistances, up to here you can do problems, combination of resistances. So page number 103, level 1, level 2, level 3. So next, one simple problem here. It's A, it is B, so what is the effective resistance between A and B here? Simple problem. So the connections are like that. Effective resistance between A and B. How can we do this problem? Here let us say A is at the high potential and B is at the low potential. Let us say A is at high potential and B is at low potential. Let us say A is at potential V and B is potential 0. A is at high potential and B is at low potential. That's why A is at potential V and B is at potential 0. So we are joining this point and this point here. This is the conducting wire. So that means point A, and here also the potential is V. Whatever is the potential here, the same amount of potential exists here. And one more line drawn like this. Whatever is the potential here, same amount of potential exists here. This point and this point must be at the same potential, and this point must be at the same potential because we are joining these lines. Now, based on this potential method, here this resistance lies between V and 0, and this resistance also lies between V and 0, and this resistance also lies between V and 0. Three resistances must lies between same potentials. See here, this is the resistance lies between the point A. The point A is nothing but at potential V. Just we are considering it is. So between A and here it is the 0 potential point. This resistance lies between V and 0, and this resistance also lies between V and 0, and this resistance also lies between V and 0. Three resistances must lies between same potentials. Lies between same potential difference. If three resistances lies between same potential difference, those three are in series or parallel. Those three are so it's V potential, 0 potential, R. It lies between V and 0, it also lies between V and 0, it lies between V and 0. So all are in parallel. So effective resistance is, if three resistances are in parallel, the effective resistance is R by 3. That's all. Simple.